Yeah, just a quick review of the book, Rehabilitation Techniques for Sports Medicine and Athletic Training. Basically, the book's divided up into 4 sections. I'll go over each briefly, just to give you an idea what's in the book. The first one is the basis of injury rehabilitation. Here it talks about things like the healing process, evaluation, psychosocial considerations. The second part is achieving the goals of rehabilitation. Here they talk about things like core stability, neuromuscular control, postural stability, strength, endurance, power, range of motion, regaining flexibility. Third one is tools of rehabilitation. Here they have things like plyometrics, closed versus open chain activities, all exercises, joint mobilization, traction, PNF, aquatic therapy, all the major stuff. And then the fourth part is a rehabilitation of specific injuries. And they cover basically about every part of the body. You can think of shoulder, elbow, wrist and hand, groin, hip and thigh, the knee, ankle, foot, spine, everything. So yeah, as you can see, it's a good book if you want to pick up some rehabilitation techniques. Like I say, it's a good resource because it covers a variety of different conditions. If you're looking, the other option is if you're looking for like a specific book on a specific condition like plantar fasciitis or knee pain, there are other good evidence-based books out there. A good example, this is the 6-minute torn rotator cuff solution. This is a good book to get a lot of answers. If you ever have any questions about rotator cuff, this is a book you can also hand patients to get them to understand rotator cuff pathology a little better. It's all in layman's terms. What exactly is the rotator cuff? Has a lot of pictures. If you're a real visual learner, what the rotator cuff does, all the muscles that make it up. Part 2 is answers you need to know. This is things like, what are the symptoms of a rotator cuff tear? Are there any arm maneuvers that might indicate? And this is all based upon evidence. This is, research studies, not like, well, this one might show this. Which ones have really been shown to indicate a problem? Well, where exactly does a rotator cuff tear at? Are there different kinds of rotator cuff tears? I have a torn rotator cuff and I'm in a lot of pain. I need surgery, right? Well, each one of these boxes here is a study. So like I say, this book is very evidence-based. Basically, not really, because you can have people with large tears that actually are asymptomatic, or people with small tears that are really in a lot of pain. So there's not really a lot of correlation between your pain level and how bad your tear is. So just because you have a lot of pain doesn't necessarily mean you have surgery. What if I just leave the rotator cuff tear alone? The only way you're going to know is if you look at all the studies that are published and you take people with untreated rotator cuff problems, tears, and you follow them for a period of time, 5, 10, 15 years. And what happens to them? Do they get better? Does it repair itself? This book will help answer those questions. How does exercise compare to surgery when it comes to treating a rotator cuff? Stuff patients need to know, and you need to know when you treat these conditions. Basically, evidence-based book, you're going to have to look at all the randomized controlled trials, put them together on a table and see what's the deal. And this book has done that. It's looked at all the published randomized controlled trials comparing exercise to surgery. Come to find out, you end up at the same place. And that's with multiple randomized controlled trials. So actually, whether you do surgery or you do a good exercise program, you're going to end up at the same place. To that end, the book ends with an exercise program. Basically, there's a beginning, intermediate, advanced. So basically, some people have just a small tear or, not really hurting that much, and they can do a lot more exercise, and you would start with the advanced program. Some people have an acute tear. They can hardly do anything, so got some real simple exercises for that. So this is a good example of a book. You have a question about rotator cuff, goes to a specific evidence-based book. This is a good example of a book where, hey, I treat a bunch of different injuries. You kind of want a general overview. What are some things I can do that I might not have thought of? That's a good resource for that. So yeah, definitely check it out.